guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Last week I spoke about how I use these envelopes to as a budget binder for dividing my monthly income in a way that will help me live independently financially. And today I'm going to be delving deep into the specifics and the percentages I allocate to each section of the budget I use. So I have my notepad here with some tips and like the division. And if I were you, I would grab a book and a pen as well because I feel like you are going to get a lot of value from this content, and I can't wait to delve right deep into it. So if it's something you're interested in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me a follow and share with somebody. You never know who this content will help. So the first thing I want to talk about, I have like certain points here that I think I need to share to set the premise before we talk about the division. The first thing I want to let you know is that it's extremely difficult to survive with like incomes between 1,000 to 2,000, even to 3,000 Ghana cedis, depending on like your location from work, your lifestyle habits and stuff. But in this division or in this budget division that I'm going to share with you need to develop a very keen sense of discipline in order to be able to survive and live independently no matter the kind of income or the amount of income you earn. The second point I would like you to know that some of these things I'll be sharing may sound unrealistic, but until you try it, until you actually like take the steps to try it, you realize that it works because I've done it for more than a year now. Like this is my third year working full time, and I can tell you with authority that it works because that's how I've been able to survive, and and it works. The third thing I would like you to know that if you actually want to live above your income, you will need multiple source of income. Or even if you want to live very comfortably without living from hand to mouth, you actually need extra sources of income. And let me know in the comment section if you want me to share certain side hustles or multiple source of incomes that you can actually use to make money offline, online, and all the rest of the platforms. Now, the fourth thing I would like for you to know is that you have to actually live below your means. You don't have to impress anybody by stressing yourself to like buy things you cannot really afford just to impress people that probably do not really care even what you have or what you do not have. You have to be able to discipline yourself enough to just spend enough on your necessity and needs rather than like worrying about what people think about what you wear, how you wear them, what designer you wear or you're not wearing. It's very important for you to live below your means. And the last point is you have to be grateful for the little even that you have. You have to be extremely grateful for all the small earnings, all the small incomes because you start there and then you build up. You cannot get to the higher levels of like life without actually appreciating the small beginnings, the humble beginnings. It's all part of the story. So with all that said, gratitude is actually like should have been the number one because if you are not grateful, all these other things will be hard for you to do. You have to be extremely grateful for the little and then be a good steward also of what you have. Like if you have small and you're able to manage it, then when you get enough or much, you can actually also manage it very well. So that's all said. Let's get right into the main business for today. So for today, we are going to be using a sample income size of 2,000 cedis. Some may be earning less and some may be earning more. So I actually have percentages for you to use as a guide regardless of the income level you are. So if you are below 2,000, then you use the percentages instead of the actual figure. And if you are above 2000 or so, you can use, if you're above 2000 and you want to save more, then you can use this formula, and then the balance of what is left can be used as savings or investments whenever you need. So the first thing is tithe. Like I said in the other video, I'm a Christian and I'm very big on tithing because I believe that um, giving to God a tenth of my increase helps me to like gain more because He's the provider. I feel like He gives me the strength, the ability to work, and the ideas I use to earn income, and so I have to like support God's work with a tenth of my increase. So that's 10%. So if you earn 2000, that will be 200 cedis. The second thing, you have to also pay yourself. Paying yourself is something that you cannot do without. Like if not for anything, that can be your even monthly savings. So it is very crucial for you to pay yourself. And I also use 10% for personal savings, or that's so it's self-payment slash personal savings. So that's also 10% of your income. That's 200 cedis if you are earning 2000 Ghana cedis. The third on my list is weekly spending. So that's your weekday, that's your working day. So if you work a 9 to 5, regular 5 days a week, that will be Monday to Friday from 9 to 5. The amount you're supposed to spend for a month should be at least 50, at most, not at least, at most 50% of your income. So that includes what you will eat from Monday to Friday for 4 weeks, or how many days comes in the month, depending on the like month and stuff like that. So what you eat, your transportation to and from work. And it's also important to know that living close to your work actually helps you to be able to save much because you cut down your transportation costs. If you are driving, you cut down fuel costs. If you are taking public transport, it will cut down your transportation costs. So if you stay far away from work, it's going to affect this formula because you'll be spending more on transportation instead of food. So if you are somebody who likes cooking, you actually calculate your transportation for the month with like um approximations, or with allowances for maybe days that you do not wake up early, then you have to take maybe an Uber or a boat or a private transport system. But that shouldn't be your main like go-to stuff. So after calculating your transportation, and let's say your transportation is 500 cedis, if you are somebody who likes to cook, you use the rest of the 500 cedis from the 1000 cedis, which is 50% of your income, to buy food stuff and cook and send to work, eat in the morning and in the afternoon. When you come back, you eat the rest or something like that. But if you are not big on cooking or you don't know how to cook, then you also have to use that 500 cedis wisely throughout the month to be able to survive. So you can buy porridge in the morning, which will be around maybe 10 to 20 cedis. It's hard. It's really hard, but I feel like if you want to know how me I survive, I'm more of a cooking person, and also I eat out sometimes, but it's all in proportions because of the kind of work I do. The fourth on my list is the weekend money. So the weekend spending is supposed to be also 10% of your income, which is 200 cedis. If you're an extrovert, it will be hard for you to live on 200 cedis because you cannot be indoors most of the time. You have to be outside. But again, in this economy, staying indoors is your best bet to survive. So even if you're an extrovert, try to manage yourself. Now with social media and stuff, I don't think you'll be missing out a lot if you spend much time online and stuff like that. Then self-care is also 10% of your monthly income. So if you earn 2000 a month, reduce 200 cedis on self-care. And self-care include your hair, your nails, your spontaneous shopping, airtime, and stuff like that. I know 200 cedis sounds ridiculous and hard to use for those days, especially now that like hairstylists charge like your whole salary. So hairstylists actually charge 2,000, 3,000, and 1,000 cedis, which is actually ridiculous to me. But again, you don't have to go to the bougie salons now. You build your way up there, but now you can find a local salon which will take around maybe 100 to 150 cedis for your hair and stuff like that. It's all about being disciplined and knowing that the present your present situation should not determine your future. You can actually still live a very minimal life and be happy and content. I feel like looking luxurious and looking rich, if you do not have money to look like that, comes from the ability of you being content. Because I've got a lot of people who see me outside and say, "Oh, you look like you look like you have a lot of money, or you look rich, like stuff like that." But if I tell you how I'm surviving in Accra, it's only by grace. I do a lot of stuff to earn income, but again, I'm saving a lot and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I'm just a very grateful person. I'm just a very like I I'm able to be content with what I have and not look too much outside for the things that I do not have at the moment. Although I aspire to have like a lot of things, it's not something that brings me down in terms of my mood and stuff like that. And so I think it's very important for you to also like determine that you'll be happy regardless of your current situation. The seed money is lose money. So those are monies that, like, if an emergency comes up or you have to support somebody, and that's to be 5% of your income. So if you earn 2,000, that would be 100 cedis. So if somebody asks you money, and let's say somebody asks for 50 cedis and you send, the other person asks for 50 cedis and you send. If another person is come to ask, you do not have, and God knows that you do not have, because your lose money is finished. Or let's say you have an emergency somewhere, you need to like spend the 100 cedis on. That's all. Like for the month, you have to just wait until the next month, or when you get gifts and stuff like that, you can use it also as lose money and enjoy if you can when you do not have emergency that month. And the final envelope or division is utility. Utility is also supposed to be 5%. So 5% to be 100 cedis. That will be for light, water, and rubbish. Depending on where you stay, how you stay with them. Like if you have your personal meter and you do not have a lot of gadgets, 50 cedis a month should be enough for electricity. But if you stay with people and you have to divide, and maybe you have a lot of gadgets and ACs and fans and fridges and televisions and stuff like that, it's definitely going to be higher than that. And for somebody living between the income of 2,000, if you have all that stuff to them, it's a bit questionable. But again, like, life goes on, you can figure the dynamics out for yourself. So again, just to run through it, tithe 10%, personal savings or pay yourself 10%, weekday spending 50% of your income, weekend 10%, self-care 10%, lose money 5%, and utility 5%. This will give you 100% spending on your income. So with this division, you can actually see that the only amount you can truly save is the 200 cedis that you pay yourself. That should be a non-negotiable. So if you earn 2,000 cedis, that's it. But again, if you have side incomes and stuff like that, then you realize that you can be able to like do things that you love, explore passions that you have, take care of family. Like I know a lot of people living in this part of the world, our I think our first goal, or our like very passionate goal is to retire our parents or to like take care of our parents, send them money whenever we can. But with this hard economy, it's difficult to do that, and that's why you need an extra source of income. You actually truly need another source of income. And it may sound like pressure and stuff like that, but truly, if you just live on your main income, trust me, there are a lot of things you cannot be able to do. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.